Well, I'm not going to lie, I am pretty excited to do this episode because it has to do with my two favorite things, digital marketing and pizza. I never would have thought that these two would collide into one pretty awesome episode, but it happened. Today I am talking to someone from a pretty famous pizza chain who's been doing a lot of techie things when it comes to pizza and AI. I'm your host, Nicole Martin, and this is Talk Digital to Me, where I explore the latest trends and topics in digital, tech, AI, and online media, and hear from those working in the industry. This is episode 4, Tech, Then Pizza. Okay, so you probably know by now I work in digital marketing, and I love it. Being able to reach people online is so great because you get to see in real time if it's working and how people are reacting. Something that you couldn't do in any traditional media before, where you had to wait for things to come back to you like surveys or hope that people got their snail mail. But now you can do things like marketing campaigns online. You put the money behind the creative and the ads and you push it out, and you can see if people are interacting and engaging with what you've created. It's honestly the best feeling in the world when you launch a campaign and it does well. Well, my next guest happens to be doing that pretty well with his awesome pizza scanning app campaign. Maybe you've heard of a small chain called Dominos? You might have even seen the latest campaign where you can scan any pizza. Yes, any pizza, and earn Domino's points for it. Pretty cool, huh? Let's hear from the man behind the app. Stay tuned. I am here with Christopher Thomas Moore. He is the Vice President of Global eCommerce and Digital Marketing for Domino's. Christopher has responsibility for all digital-driven acquisition and retention programs within the organization. In addition, he leads the organization's global e-commerce and mCommerce experience strategies. Since his start with Domino's mid-2018, he has been part of a number of cutting-edge technology advancements and campaigns, one of those being the newly launched Points for Pies program. The program provides loyalty points to users who can scan any pizza using a machine learning-based AI technology embedded in the Domino's app, which is what we're going to talk about today. So thank you so much for being on the show, Christopher. I'm so excited to have you.
So excited to be here. Nice to meet you.
You as well. So tell me a bit about your background and experience in digital marketing and how you ended up at Domino's.
Absolutely. So my start in this entire space really started at an agency in Greensboro, North Carolina called Pace Communications. I started in that organization and played a number of roles while there. But as the last few years of my time at Pace, I was responsible for managing the launch and management of white labeled e-commerce experiences that we built for a number of different clients. And I spent about almost 9 years at Pace. And then was excited for a change and moved over to Extended Stay America, the hotel brand based out of Charlotte, North Carolina. And I was there for about 7 years leading e-commerce and digital marketing. And it was really exciting to see really the full transition that we did in the overall e-commerce ecosystem there and digital marketing practice. And we're able to make really sizable impacts and uplifting and changing and growing that program. And so now I've been with Domino's for about 8 months and have really been super excited about some of the things that we're doing and the organization that we have. And I'm really excited about what's to come.
That's so awesome. Well, it's got to be so cool working somewhere that is so well known. And then you were at a couple different other places that, how you were at that hotel chain. So how did you end up coming up with such a campaign for this Domino's scanning app? Was some of your background, influenced for what happened with this?
So I wish I could take credit for the concept, but unfortunately I can't. We have an amazing group of individuals there at Domino's, as well as in our agency partners, Crispin, based out of Boulder, Colorado. And really the idea came from, our internal team at Domino's with the idea really started around the premise of the fact that we at Domino's just love pizza, and any opportunity that we can celebrate our love for pizza with other people and get them to love pizza as much as we do. It really was.
I can get behind that.
It's hard to argue that one, right?
Yeah, right?
But we wanted to really just show our love and celebrate the love for pizza in this occasion. And because we view pizza as more than food, pizza is an experience. It's, time that you spend with other people. It's time that you have fun. It's a fun celebratory experience. And so we wanted to share that love with everyone else. And so really that's where the idea was birthed out of. And shortly after joining the organization, we really started to put a lot of focus in making this a reality and put it into practice. And I just couldn't be more proud with what we came up with.
Well, that's awesome. Congrats on launching that. That is a pretty big, campaign. So what is like the whole idea behind it? I was talking to some people I was like, did you see that commercial for the Points for Pies program? I was like, I'm interviewing someone from Domino's. It's going to be so cool. And they were like, yeah, I don't understand. Why would Domino's want other people's pizza to do this? And, as someone in digital marketing, I kind of had an idea, but I want to know what you think. What is the point behind it? How will this help drive your sales and brand loyalty?
Yeah, I think that for us, again, I think the intention behind the program is truly pure. And to be, very new with the organization, it was something that was extremely interesting to me because it is a very bold move for any brand to say that they are willing to acknowledge and award individuals for eating items and participating in other brands that are not yours and that are competitors of yours. But because of, again, this love for pizza, we were willing to move forward and celebrate it with as many people as we could. And from a brand standpoint, I think what has been the greatest opportunity for us is the ability to participate with individuals that really have not been part of the brand in the past. As part of participating in the program, you're downloading our app, you're learning and about our loyalty program and joining that program. And so there's an opportunity for us to tell our story and to talk about how we fit in this world of pizza. But at the same time, celebrate the fact that you're just part of the pizza experience and that we appreciate the fact that you like pizza as much as we do.
I love it. I mean, when people did ask me that, I was like, well, what are you talking about right now? And they were like, Domino's. And I was like, point. But that was my snarky digital marketing coming in. I'm like, haha, I got you. So, I really want to talk about this app and like the AI behind it. What came up with this idea to integrate AI into the app? Have you guys ever used AI in your app before?
Nowhere near the capacity, actually not at all, and especially to the capacity that we are now. I mean, to me, it was just mind-blowing as we kind of discuss and look through our options on, how do we acknowledge the fact that someone is eating pizza, period, right? And, of course, we could have a simple form that someone can fill out, but we felt like that just was not the Domino's way. Right? We needed to figure out a way that we could integrate that process of identifying the fact that someone's eating pizza in a more tech-forward way. And so we kind of went through a lot of different options, and the concept of being able to leverage AI technology to truly identify pizza was something that we said, okay, we know that this is possible. We know that the technology exists, but how can we put it into practice for us? And so looking at the, wide array of different solutions that are available from an AI standpoint, we definitely found that there were some gaps. And some of the gaps existed in defining what a pizza is, right? Is a pizza a calzone? Is a pizza stromboli? What is a pizza? And so so we found that with all of the solutions that were available, we still needed to do our due diligence in training the engine to recognize pizza in the way that we saw it, which is an open-faced expression of pizza. And so, but then even in that open face expression, there are pizzas that have tons of arugula on top of them, and pizzas that, have different ingredients that really don't look like pizza. And so we went through a process of training and educating this machine learning platform to understand all the variations of pizzas and find levels that we were confident with that would be able to identify all the nuances of pizza. And it really took months of trial and error. There was one point where we had overeducated the engine because we had so many images that included tables that it was starting to think a table was a pizza. So we had to back out and retrain. And so it was an evolution for the brand as we were really dipping our feet into a very aggressive AI and machine learning application. It was the opportunity for us to learn how we did that effectively, and how we could then continue to build and educate that model to become even more informed and educated on what we view to be pizza.
Yeah, I mean, that's a lot of teaching the app to do stuff. I mean, even on the commercial, the guy holds out the bagel bites and he's like, is this pizza? Yeah. And, I always get a kick out of that. But yeah, that's got to be, it's got to differentiate bagel bites from a table from something else that's circular. There's a lot that goes into teaching these things,
There are.
People don't fully understand. Yeah, AI and machine learning is, it can only produce what you put into it.
Exactly.
And then learn from that. And so, you run into those things where you're like, oh, forgot that.
Yeah, exactly. And actually, one of the funny items were, as our advertising team was planning out the shooting of the commercial, the concept of this dog toy came up. And we were like, what? Dog toy? Like, we were so focused on pizza in its truest form. And so in our tool, we actually had to educate it on, blow up dog toys and those that are pizza, and that those are acceptable forms of pizza that we're excited about. Lego pizzas
cool.
or something that we consider pizza. So, and they're kind of like Easter eggs as people kind of go and play around with the tool. They find that pizza options, there are a lot more options other than a live pizza that's in front of you that you can scan to get your points.
That's really cool. I love that. That's really cool that someone could be like, I built this Lego pizza and now, I can scan it on my Domino's app. That's Yeah, I love that. There's just a lot of tech and stuff that goes into, I never thought I'd be doing a whole episode around pizza and tech, which is like, I love this. So, why do you think tech is so important in digital marketing, and where do you see AI going? You guys have been pretty ahead of the times, especially with your online website and your app. I've been a Domino's fan forever, so I know about the fact that I can watch how my pizza, if my pizza's being made. Is it in the car? I pretty much just stare at the computer the whole time. So why do you think it's so important that, we start incorporating these into these campaigns?
Yeah, I think that, AI technologies are really going to become even more paramount in our space. And I think as individuals seek to have more curated and personalized experiences with brands, brands are going to have to figure out ways to do so, leveraging the data that we have available based off of behaviors and profiles that we have of users. And then how can brands then ensure that based off of those data points, that they could evolve their learning of an individual, a segment, or persona grouping to ensure that those messages are more tailored to those individuals. And I think that comes from digital web experiences to digital marketing applications. It really runs the gamut of everything that we do. And to be perfectly honest, AI technologies go far beyond digital, as we could leverage those technologies to still understand those persona groups and communicate to them differently offline as well. And so I think brands that are embracing AI are definitely going to be in a much stronger position in the future than those that are afraid or lacking any interest or curiosity to learn more about it. It really is going to be much more part of the foundation, I believe, of how we do business and how we communicate to our customers than most would think.
Yeah, and I think this is a really fun one